It's Stephanie, and I'm wearing my brand new SAG-AFTRA shirt that I got tonight at the SAG Awards viewing party for Los Angeles. Um, some of you may not know, which I assume most people probably don't know, that I am on the SAG-AFTRA host committee for Los Angeles, which means we throw parties. That's our job of our committee. And so we throw the viewing party in LA, which is held at LA Live for the last 2 years, which is a great, amazing premiere theater where there's always like movie premieres and film festivals and stuff here in Los Angeles. And we have this huge theater, and we watch it on the big screen, and we cheer, and we give away stuff, and it's fun. So if you are a SAG-AFTRA member and you're in Los Angeles, you should look into it for next year, because you should have been there. We had a lot of fun. But I just wanted to do a little recap of the awards. Now, I may not remember everything, but let's start with fashion. So fashion is a big thing for me. I think my favorite dresses were Julianne Moore had this beautiful green, sparkly beaded gown. Loved that. Lupita Nyong, who is like my favorite person on the planet. And I was thinking to myself tonight, I was like, what has she done since she won last year? I was like, she hasn't done anything. And then I remembered, oh yeah, she's filming Star Wars. So there's that. Loved her dress. And she came on stage in glasses, and I get it. Like, it's hard to read a prompter if you can't see. And I don't know why you wouldn't wear contacts, but because like she didn't wear glasses on the carpet, which it kind of confuses me. But I am a fan of the glasses, as I rock them all the time. So I liked her glasses, and I loved her dress. It was stripy and had like a floral pattern. Like, two things I super duper love are florals and stripes. So she mixed those really well, and she's just like the most gorgeous thing that ever walked the face of the earth, and a phenomenal actor. So that was really cool. I really liked it. I really liked Rashida Jones's dress. Granted, she has a lot less boobage than me, so she can pull it off, the shape of the dress. But it was a black and white kind of floral print that had like two square pieces or rectangular pieces that came up and down, and then it was just kind of a flat dress. But it was black and white, and then had like bright turquoise piping on it, or binding tape on it, and it was super 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 cute. So those were my favorite dresses of the evening. But everyone was pretty cool. Everyone looked pretty good. So let's talk about awards. I will tell you who I voted for and why and what films I really liked, but I'll also tell you who won. So outstanding performance by male actor in a lead role. So let's see. Foxcatcher. Didn't really like Foxcatcher. Steve Carell was great, but the film itself I found really, really, really super boring until like the last 5 minutes of the film. So I just wasn't a fan of it. He was great though, so congrats to him. He didn't win. Benedict Cumberbatch, I love him, but I love him. I thought last year in August Osage County was that was a really interesting role for him, whereas in The Imitation Game, though I thought it was a great film, and I thought Alan Turing, who the film is about, and the message of the film, while I thought it was a really amazing film, I didn't really feel like he did anything new, because I really felt like he was playing pretty much the same character as he does on Sherlock. So I just didn't think that this was the role that he deserved to win for. Jake Gyllenhaal, I liked his performance in Nightcrawler. It was really good, but Nightcrawler was like something I could have lived without it. I learned something from it, but it wasn't like a breakout role of any sort. He's done better, but this was a great thing. So that leaves us with Michael Keaton for Birdman and Eddie Redmayne for The Theory of Everything. And Eddie Redmayne was great in The Theory of Everything. I definitely think that this film was kind of trying to be like My Left Foot, which was an amazing film, and if you haven't seen it, go see it. But The Theory of Everything just wasn't my favorite film. Like, I just didn't have warm, fuzzy feelings about it. I liked it, but I could have done without it. I really wanted it to be better than I thought it was. So the thing that really stood out to me in this category was Birdman and Michael Keaton, and I really felt like he deserved it. And I think I don't know. I don't know if not enough people saw Birdman, but Birdman was just so exceptionally different and unique, and I loved every aspect of it. And so I thought Michael Keaton's performance was just phenomenal and something I hadn't seen him play before. So Eddie Redmayne won. Good for him. He's young and his career is just taking off. But I really enjoyed Michael Keaton's performance more. Okay, female actor in a leading role: Jennifer Aniston for Cake, Felicity Jones for Theory of Everything, Julianne Moore for Still Alice, Rosamund Pike for Gone Girl, and Reese Witherspoon for Wild. The only film in here that I did not watch was Wild. Okay, so it was a hard one for me to choose between Jennifer Aniston and Julianne Moore. I thought both of these films were wonderful, and both of them dealt with like important issues. I voted for Jennifer Aniston, but it was really hard because I think Julianne Moore gave a brilliant performance, but I feel like Julianne Moore always gives a brilliant performance, and she's won a ton of awards, and I don't know. But it was really hard. Those were both really good. Julianne Moore won, and obviously she looked great in her green dress, so good for her. Yay, Julianne Moore, and yay for redheads, because gotta love our gingers. Okay, a male actor in a sporting role. This was the hardest category for me. Robert Duvall in The Judge, Ethan Hawke in Boyhood, Edward Norton in Birdman, Mark Ruffalo in Foxcatcher, and J.K. Simmons in Whiplash. Well, my two favorite films this year were Birdman and Whiplash, so that's where it got hard. I thought J.K. Simmons was going to win either way, but Edward Norton's performance in Birdman really, really stood out to me. Like, it was the first thing I thought when I left the theater, and I saw Birdman like the week it came out. So I saw it a long time ago, and I had really strong feelings about Ed Norton's performance, so I voted for Edward Norton. But that doesn't belittle the performance of J.K. Simmons at all, because I thought he was just phenomenal. But I did also think that he was going to win anyway. He was the favorite for this category. So I wanted to give my vote to Ed Norton. But they had equally amazing roles and did great for both of them. Female actor in supporting role: Patricia Arquette, Keira Knightley, Emma Stone, Meryl Streep, Naomi Watts. Okay, so had Naomi Watts been nominated for Birdman? Sure. But St. Vincent, the thing about St. Vincent for me was, like, when I was watching it, I was like, what is this nominated for? While it was a really fun and cute film, I just didn't think any of the acting really stood out too terribly much. Naomi Watts has like the worst Russian accent in this film. She's a great actress. I think all of the dialects in this film are really terrible. Bill Murray was supposed to have like a Boston accent, and it was awful. And Naomi Watts with her dialect. So whatever. Patricia Arquette in Boyhood. I really don't think Patricia Arquette's that great of an actor, and I'm just gonna say it. And yeah, she spent 13 years on this film, but I just didn't think her acting was that good. I thought a lot of Boyhood could have been edited, and it's sad because I do love Richard Linklater. So I really wanted this film to be amazing, and it was one of the ones I really wanted to see, and I saw it, and I was just kind of disappointed. I thought that a lot could have been edited down, but I felt like they felt every scene was precious because it took them so long to make it, and it was important in the story to show all these scenes. But I thought the acting actually in the entire film, I felt like, wasn't that great, and I didn't understand why it was nominated, other than the fact that they worked on it for 1 week every year for like 13 years. I don't know. I just wasn't thrilled with it. So she won. Blah. I voted for Emma Stone. I didn't see Into the Woods because they didn't give us enough opportunities to see it. They only gave us 2 screenings to go see, and they were already full by the time that we got the information. So I never saw Into the Woods. So I can't tell you how Meryl Streep's performance was, but yeah, I thought Emma Stone was wonderful. I don't think she was the strongest actor in this film, in Birdman, but I thought that she was the strongest actor out of all of those other films that I watched. Keira Knightley just always kind of bugs me because she does this. In every role she does this. So, but I love every role she does. She's a good actor, but I don't know. Whatever. I'll watch anything she's in because she mostly does period pieces, so I like those. Performance by cast in a motion picture. The nominees were, this is ensemble for motion picture. The nominees were Birdman, Boyhood, Grand Budapest, Imitation Game, and Theory of Everything. Okay, Imitation Game, cast was great. Loved the film, like I said. But it wasn't my favorite. I loved it, though. It was really good. It was really good. Grand Budapest had such a phenomenal cast, but it had, like, every amazing actor in it for 2 seconds, you know? Like all these people that were in it, from like Adrian Brody to Harvey Keitel and Tilda Swinton and stuff, you know, they were all in it for like 2 minutes. So it had all these wonderful actors, but they were all in it for just a second. And it was wonderful. It was a great film, but not my favorite ensemble, but it was up there. I mean, like, it was in my top 2 of these. I already talked about Boyhood. I already talked about Theory of Everything. So obviously I voted for Birdman, and they won, which is great because I walked out of there and said every performance was phenomenal. The directing must have been phenomenal because every single actor just gave the most magnificent performance in that film. Okay, outstanding performance by male actor in a television movie or miniseries. The only one of these that are okay. So Adrian Brody for Houdini, Benedict Cumberbatch for Sherlock, Richard Jenkins for Olive Kitteridge, Mark Ruffalo for Normal Heart, and Billy Bob for Fargo. I voted for Cumberbatch because I love him and I love Sherlock and it's really amazing. But I was very close to voting for Mark Ruffalo because he was amazing in Normal Heart and he won for Normal Heart. So that was a really wonderful film, and I saw that when it came out on HBO and loved it. And I liked the play as well. Okay, female actor in a television movie or miniseries: Ellen Burstyn for Flowers in the Attic, Maggie Gyllenhaal for Honorable Woman, Frances McDormand for Olive Kitteridge, Julia Roberts for Normal Heart, and Cecily Tyson for Trip to Bountiful. Okay, Julia Roberts was awesome in Normal Heart, and that was the only film or miniseries I saw out of these. However, I didn't vote for Julia Roberts. I voted for Cecily Tyson, and the reason is I saw her play the part of Carrie Watts in Trip to Bountiful this past year on stage, and it was one of the most brilliant stage performances I'd ever seen. And because the movie was on Lifetime and I don't have cable, I didn't have a chance to see it. But I saw her on stage, and I swear I cried and was bawling the whole time, and she was just brilliant in it. So I can only imagine that the movie, the made-for-TV movie, was brilliant too. So Cecily Tyson deserved it, and I mean, she won the Tony for that too, for playing it on stage. So I can only imagine, and I think it was the majority of the cast was in the film too. So from the Broadway show. Okay, male actor in a drama series: Steve Buscemi, Boardwalk Empire, Peter Dinklage, Game of Thrones, Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey for True Detective, and Kevin Spacey for House of Cards. Okay, never watched Boardwalk Empire, but Steve Buscemi's great. True Detective, a good friend of mine was on, and so I watched all of True Detective, and it was wonderful. But my friend wasn't nominated, so whatever. Game of Thrones, I'm a huge fan of, and I really felt like this season was all about Peter Dinklage. Or not all about it, but it was his moment to shine. They gave him really great material to work with, and he was just phenomenal. And I know he's won a ton of awards before, but he is just so amazing as Tyrion Lannister. He's just so great, and I loved him in it, so I voted for him. However, Kevin Spacey won for House of Cards, which I haven't watched. I started to try to watch it, and I didn't finish it. So I need to start watching it again. Or I've tried to watch the first episode, and I didn't get through it. So I need to watch it again because everyone just raves about it. Outstanding performance by female in a drama series: Claire Danes, Homeland, Viola Davis, How to Get Away with Murder, Julianne Margulies, Good Wife, Tatiana Maslany for Orphan Black, Maggie Smith for Downton Abbey, Robin Wright for House of Cards. Okay, so I don't watch any of these except for Downton Abbey. So I voted for Maggie Smith because she's in Downton Abbey. Though I think I almost voted for the girl from Orphan Black because I know she plays 5 million characters and everyone raves and raves and raves about it. But I watched Downton Abbey, so of course I voted for Maggie Smith. But I hear all the rest of these shows are great. Okay. Male actor in a comedy series, Ty Burrell for Modern Family, Louis C.K. for Louie, William H. Macy for Shameless, Jim Parsons for Big Bang Theory, and Eric Stonestreet for Modern Family. I voted for Louis C.K. for Louie. I saw him perform live recently here in LA at the Forum, and he was awesome, and he's brilliant, and the show is brilliant, and I voted for him. So there. Whatever. Outstanding performance by a female actor in a comedy series, Uzo Aduba from Orange is the New Black, Julie Bowen from Modern Family, Edie Falco for Nurse Jackie, Julia Louis-Dreyfus for Veep, Amy Poehler for Parks and Rec. Okay, so Uzo on Orange is the New Black, she's wonderful, and she's amazing, and she totally deserves it, and she won. I did not vote for her. I actually voted for Julia Louis-Dreyfus on Veep because Julia Louis-Dreyfus is one of my favorite actors, and I would give anything to have her career, and I think Veep is definitely one of the funniest shows on TV right now, and it's one of the few shows that I watch regularly and I love. So I just think she's brilliant, and it's hilarious, and you should watch Veep if you don't, because it's hilarious. Outstanding performance by an ensemble in a drama series, Boardwalk Empire, Downton Abbey, Game of Thrones, Homeland, House of Cards. Okay, so I voted for Game of Thrones because, like, it's probably my favorite show on TV, and it's amazing, and I really feel like the cast just is phenomenal, and they're a great ensemble, and they deserve an award for it because they're amazing. Downton Abbey won, and I'm totally fine with that because I love that show too, and I watch it. And they're wonderful and amazing. I kind of wish Game of Thrones had won, just because I love them both. So whatever. That's that. Moving on. Outstanding performance in a comedy series. I wonder if you can guess which one I voted for. Big Bang Theory, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which I love all the actors on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I would do anything to be on that show. Modern Family, Orange is the New Black, again, another show I'd love to be on. I'd love to be on any of these. Come on. So yeah. And then the last show is Veep. And of course, I voted for Veep. But Orange is the New Black one, and it's amazing, and it has like 40 people in their ensemble, and almost all of them are women, and it's a union show, and it's on Netflix, and it gives more opportunities to more women to get out there and act, and I love it, and I think that's awesome. So congratulations to the cast of Orange is the New Black and to Netflix for both of your wins this evening. Actually, they won, I think, for House of Cards also. Didn't they win? Didn't Kevin Spacey won for House of Cards? So they won 3 awards. Netflix, that's huge. Congratulations. Stunt ensemble, I don't know who won because they didn't announce it on air, but stunt ensemble in a motion picture, I voted for X-Men. It was between Fury, Get On Up, Hobbit, Unbroken, and X-Men Days of Future Past, and I voted for Days of Future Past. And outstanding action performance by stunt ensemble in a comedy or drama series, I voted for Walking Dead, not Game of Thrones, even though Game of Thrones was nominated. 24, Boardwalk Empire, Game of Thrones, Homeland, Sons of Anarchy, or Walking Dead. Okay, here's why I voted for Walking Dead. Because A, I watched the show and I love it. And B, it shoots in Atlanta, which is where I'm from. But, you know, Game of Thrones is most of their stunt stuff is one-on-one, and it's like sword play and stuff like that. And it's one-on-one with the actors doing either sword play or it's like huge like battle-y scenes. Whereas like Walking Dead, there's like a bazillion extras that are doing stunt work all the time. And I feel like they have so much more stunt stuff going on, and it's really wonderful and blah, 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 blah. So I love it, and I think they do a great job. So that's it. Those were all the awards. Debbie Reynolds got the Lifetime Achievement Award. It was a little weird. Carrie Fisher, her daughter, who was Princess Leia, gave her the award, and it was like a very funny speech, but at the same time, I just don't know. It was comedic, but it like didn't have a level of like realness to it. I don't know. It didn't feel maybe professional enough for what the situation called for. I don't know. And then Debbie Reynolds got up, and I'm not sure if she has dementia, and said the same thing 3 times. Oh, she kept talking about what her favorite film was, and she kept saying that her favorite film was that she'd done was Singing in the Rain. She talked about her hairstyle and said that in Singing in the Rain they gave her a bun, and she hated the bun in her hair. So when Carrie, her daughter, Carrie Fisher, got cast as Princess Leia, she told her to be wary of the hairstyles that they choose or something, not to get crazy hair or something. And Carrie Fisher, of course, got the famous Princess Leia bun, so she made a joke about how Carrie got 2 buns, but she said 3 times how much she loved Singing in the Rain, and that was her favorite film. And then she said her favorite film was The Unsinkable Molly Brown, which is what she said in the voiceover when they were showing the clip. So she said that she loved The Unsinkable Molly Brown, and then she said 2 or 3 times that she loved Singing in the Rain most, and then she went back to saying Molly Brown was her favorite. I don't know, it was weird. I'm not sure if she had dementia, and I'm not sure if Carrie Fisher is still addicted to something. But it was a little weird. But, Debbie Reynolds is awesome, and so is Carrie Fisher, so I forgive them for doing, like, the weirdest Lifetime Achievement thing ever. And God, just all the clips of Debbie Reynolds and all the films and all the wonderful roles she's played, and I had no idea that she wasn't a dancer before Singing in the Rain, because she owns a dance studio out here, and it's huge, and it's popular, and I don't know, I just always thought she was a dancer, but she learned for Singing in the Rain. She had like a few weeks to learn and to dance with Fred Astaire and Gene Kelly. It was like crazy. So super awesome story. Trying to think if there were any other weird award speeches. Uzo's speech and Julianne Moore's speech were both like very lovely for actors, like giving but don't give up and follow your dreams, and super inspiring. Frances McDormand's speech was a little weird. She plugged everything she's doing. She plugged buying the DVD of Olive Kitteridge. She plugged a play she's doing right now. It was like an advertisement. So anywho, that was that. And that's the SAG Awards. Woo, yay, SAG-AFTRA. Come check out any of the parties that the LA Host Committee puts on, and see you later. Bye-bye.